everything that comes out of that man's mouth is a complete lie. So, Starmer has gone. He's on his way out the door. And as much as I didn't like Starmer, we're in for much worse. And that's in the form of Andy Burnham. Now, Andy used to be the mayor of Manchester, and now he's been elected as MP. And now, I believe it's Wakefield. Is it Wakefield, Matt?
Makerfield.
Well, up north somewhere. And now he's an MP, and Labour are lining him up to be the PM. Now, this poses a huge problem because if you know anything about Andy Burnham, he is a socialist. And to be honest, I push it as far as communist. Now, he did a speech the other night and it was a very well put together speech and it sounded very, very lovely. But he is worse than Starmer. Everything that comes out of that man's mouth is a complete lie. And this is what Labour do. They promise everything. It looks amazing. The facade that they put up is fantastic. However, it's all a lie. Matthew, what do you think about this Burnham coming in?
There's a tweet for everything, isn't there? And I've seen this post of all of the Labour MPs that are cabinet members now. So I think Rishi Sunak was installed by the Conservative government. It's just time for a general election. It's undemocratic to just be, just a revolving door of leaders and prime ministers and not being put to the electorate. What's happening now? And Andy Burnham was one of those voices. Call a general election. And he is now he's lining up to be prime minister based on 24,000 votes.
24,000?
In the country.
My gosh.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe it was 24,000 that he won the Makersfield election. And
this is so corrupt. It is so corrupt that a man who wasn't even in Parliament can be elected as an MP and now is being lined up to be our Prime Minister. And nobody, if you're not in politics, you will know nothing about him and you will take what he says in those speeches as truth, as gospel truth. Trust me, he's exactly the same as Starmer, worse, and he will go back on everything that he tells people, right? You only have to look at Manchester. Look at the state of Manchester. I don't know if you've been lately, but it's not exactly the hive of British activity anymore, right? You only have to go there. And whose fault is that? Andy Burnham. So that's what I think about Andy Burnham. I think we're in for a terrible couple of years into the general election because if they really do put Andy Burnham in, then he is about to absolutely destroy British culture and what we stand for and our values here in Britain. So don't look to the left, don't look to the right, don't look to Andy Burnham. He's an absolute rogue. Look at Britain.